Welcome back to this slow motion underground train wreck. And as you can see, I'm just about to be done digging up in the yard itself, and then I can start digging up my driveway. This 12-inch trench is to bring power and data out of the house, and data and water into the house. I'm inching along as carefully as I can because I know there's a water line right here someplace. Well, I don't have a butter bar on that 12-inch bucket, and I was going as slow as I could, but we broke the water line. So now our plumbing project is going to include some plumbing. Let me show you how close we came to getting this right. Tooth compressed the pipe, just put a little, didn't blow it up, but it dang sure leaking. So I'm going to work around that, uncover it completely, get the bottom of the trench to grade, and then probably go get a shark bite fitting to put on there, I hope. I don't know, I'll call Phil. Phil will know exactly what I should do. Well, it's 1-inch line, schedule 40 PVC, and I shorted myself just a little bit when I cut that open. I wasn't thinking of, though I've used before, these compression fittings. They are a glueless PVC repair alternative. So I had to buy 2 instead of 1. I think I can squeeze it all inside of this ditch, and I'll have water back into the house so Kelly can keep on with whatever she's keeping on with as she keeps these home fires just burning almost out of control. One of the things I've got on my side here is that this is a temporary fix. We're going to put a new water line in soon. It doesn't want to slide past there very bad. So I don't have to get this perfect. So I don't know how tight to make this. I mean, it's plastic, but it's strong plastic. We're gonna call that good. All right, so I don't have any confidence. I think this piece is too short, but we're gonna turn it on and see what happens. Well, as is typical for plumbing and me, I do have a leak. Gonna take it apart, clean them up, and put one in here about 1 inch longer right here, see if I can get a little more bearing right there on those sides. Well, on the second try, it doesn't leak. Dry as a bone. I'm gonna leave it open so when I run the water line in here in a week or so, I'll be able to at least know where the pipe is right here. That's gonna be a big help. And let me just note right now that this is the first time in my adult life that I fixed a plumbing leak with just 1 trip to the parts house. Well, I repaired a sprinkler line here a couple years ago. My dad put in a system pumping out of the creek, black poly line under the driveway. I knew I'd put something in here, and now, bless my heart, turns out I put it in a steel pipe sleeve, I think. So we didn't break it. The problem is, sometimes it's cheaper to break a pipe and fix it than to dig around it. But I think with this sleeve in here, I'm gonna dig around it. We're gonna try to dig around that and leave it intact. One thing's for sure, if I pull on it, steel is going to come out and the poly is going to break anyway. Good stuff. So this is the 14th increment of 8-foot distance from where I started back up there yesterday. Driving stakes, grading as I go, and pretty close to grade. I got to take it down a little bit. It's so much easier to over dig in the clay, throw a little 3/4 crushed on there, tamp it into place, than it is to drop your pipe in and find out you got to pick out some of that clay to get down to grade. So too much is always enough, right? Yeah, I'm 4 inches too deep right there. That's just right.
When I bought this little excavator, Brian Reynolds told me to get a 12-inch bucket, an 18-inch bucket, and a 48. Well, I should have listened better because I bought a 12-inch, a 24-inch, and a 36. The 12 is great, the 36 is great, but the 24 is just too wide for these trenches, and so I have to use my 12 and double pass. It makes for a lot of extra work and wastes a lot of time.
Well, I had some bad luck. I had 2 days of rain, and so my trench filled up. I've siphoned it out, but I've got to go back and start crumbing. I'm going to do it by hand. And all the care I took to try to separate the black mud from the gravel and to keep the yard clean has been seriously set back. But that's all right, it's part of construction, so I've got a few minutes with a square point shovel and a bunch of really nasty, super saturated gumbo, and we'll be back where we were 3 days ago, hopefully.
I'm 65 years old, and boy, am I thankful that I can still work. But I've got to pace myself these days, and that was a foreign concept to me until I turned, I don't know, 50 or 52 or something. Bottom line, after this day, I hope I can get out of bed in the morning. I can't even tell you how good it felt to be able to sneak the Kubota in here for the last part of cleaning the mud out of this trench. Thanks for watching Essential Craftsman, and keep up the good work.